I'm making this video because I know I'm not the only one in this boat, and I've been thinking recently, and if I could shed some light on this topic, I think it might help a lot of people. If you don't know what you want to do for the rest of your life, that's okay, because I don't either. Now this video is going to be in regards to having a career, because I think this is the #1 thing that people struggle with. I've studied a lot of great people and they all have similar characteristics that have made them very successful. So because I don't believe I'm above anyone else, I feel like it's okay for me to talk about this because I'm in that same boat. I didn't follow the same route of wanting to go to college and kind of lock down to a job. If that's what you want to do, then great. There's tons of people that live that way and they're completely content. And if that's what you enjoy, then perfect. You can stop watching the video now. But I can tell you something. If you're watching this video, your brain is wired differently. So if you don't know what you want to do with your life, I wish I learned this earlier, but get into sales. I have seen so many people higher up than me that have a lot more money than me. They all say that sales is the #1 skill that you need to learn. Regardless of what you want to do, sales is a position that you can get in entry level. You need no education. I don't care what you sell, what you do. I don't care if it's a remote, a physical job, door-to-door sales, it doesn't matter. Learn sales. Sales is a career skill and it's a people skill. It's transferable. If I knew everything that I did now, the second I turned 16 and could get a job, I would go right into sales. It's probably one of the most lucrative careers. It's extremely tough, but here's why it's so good. You see, sales can be high paying and the upfront cost is so little. If you want to go be a doctor or a lawyer, that's great. Extremely high paying careers, but there's a couple problems. It's gonna cost a lot of money. If you weren't born into a lot of wealth and you don't want to rack up a ton of student debt, then it's gonna be very hard to go to school to become a doctor. It's gonna cost a lot of money and a lot of time. The second skill that you need to know is leadership. If you do not like sales, then you need to understand leadership. The reason this is important is because if you're a good leader, you can lead people. People will make you money. So if you can't sell to make money, you can lead people to make money. And I know the whole cliche saying that money isn't everything, but here's the truth. Money is gonna solve 98% of your problems in life. Here's what I'm recommending. Get into a sales position because one, you need to learn the skill and you need to understand people. People are going to be your asset and they're going to help you network and create more opportunities. So you're probably thinking, why don't I just go out and start a business? A business would mean you get to do whatever you want and you get to charge people for it. If you have no money, it's tougher to get into business. I'm not saying you can't start a business without money. However, you're gonna have a lot of overhead responsibility. I would probably not recommend jumping into a business because you could get a bad taste in your mouth if you have a bad experience, and it could actually have more of a risk. Now, a business is gonna have a greater return if it ends up working out. But if you start a career in sales, sales can transfer into a business, and a business is the ultimate goal, but our goal is to get you started. Remember, all your friends are going to colleges, getting their degrees, buying their homes, their cars, and you're still stuck with not knowing what you want to do. A sales career is really going to let you test the waters. It's going to make you put your back against the wall and see how you can perform in a performance-based career. Remember, you're not being paid hourly, you're not being paid a salary. This is strictly performance-based. Once you have landed your sales position, you can transfer anywhere you really want to go. There is sales in every single industry. Now, if you like the corporate world, you can continue working in sales. Once you've developed the sales skills, all you have to do is then niche it out. Find out what are you interested in. You don't have to absolutely love it, but whatever that you somewhat like, go and find out how to sell that. Now, if sales is not your thing and you absolutely hate it and you still don't know what you want to do with your life because you don't want to work a normal corporate job, this is where you need to transition into becoming a leader. Although having a business requires a lot of sales skills, you can definitely start a business with having little sales experience but a lot of leadership. If you can influence other people, then all you really need to do is connect the dots. Let's say, for example, we'll keep it simple. You have a landscaping business. What a good leader would do is notice that they aren't strong in certain areas, like let's say sales. So you find your salespeople that go and knock on the doors, or they're calling up communities to mow the lawns. Those are your salespeople. Then you find your people that actually provide the service. These are the people that are gonna go do the trimming, all the landscape work. Or maybe you find out that you're not good with the number side of it, so you hire out an accountant or someone that can manage all the accounts that you're holding. You had now just created a whole entire your business that has different aspects of it and they're all running off of each other. This is a skill that I'm working on learning. It's extremely tough, but if you can develop this skill, this is one of those things that you can do whatever you want in your life with it. I just thought about this so much lately because I know I'm not the only one. I'm just hoping I can reach that audience of people that's sitting there like, hey, I don't know what I want to do. I know I have to make money. I know I have to pay rent. I know I have to put food on the table, but I don't want to sign up for that 4-year college education. I don't want to go into that hourly paying job working in a factory. And I'm saying this as a person who's in that same boat. I'm not some guru who's saying, hey, I've made it. Look what I've done. If you've seen my previous videos, you know that I'm currently doing sales at a dealership. I've been doing it for 3 years now. I've ranked up to be one of the top salespeople in the company. Every time you get to a certain point in life, you're gonna feel like you've plateaued and you need to branch up to the next thing. I'm at that point right now. I have to figure out what's gonna take me to that next level. And if you keep your mind open, you'll have so many different ideas bouncing back and forth. The one thing I know is that I have to keep moving up and to the right. I cannot become stagnant. I cannot plateau. Anywhere I have maxed out my potential, I have to keep going. This is why I think it's a really good thing that people don't know what they want to do for the rest of their life. It'd be much easier to sit down and say, hey, I'm gonna get this degree and work for the next 40 years. I'm gonna have a pension, I'm gonna retire, and that's it. That's my life. If your brain is wired differently like mine, then you know that just does not sit right with you. Please give sales a try. Enter into a sales industry. It needs to be commission based, and I don't care what kind of sales is. The more raw sales, the better. If you're door knocking, if you're doing, pest control, solar, car sales, like the purest form of sales, that is where you are going to really find your potential and grow. How many times have you had a friend that has a 4-year degree, an education in something in a field that they have no interest in doing anymore? This is what I'm trying to help you avoid. Learn sales as a skill. You can easily get into any sales career and make 6 figures. Once you're in a position where you're making $100,000 a year, this is where life starts to get interesting because you can then navigate into different directions and start having that freedom, that flexibility. I have decided I want to take my income and invest it into other avenues and where I can start building my business and having my investments fund my lifestyle. You know there's more out there. You know you have more potential. You just have to go out there and get it. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are legends. I hope I was able to shed some light on this topic. It's been something that's on my mind recently. If you want to see more wealth building videos, I made an entire playlist right here you can check out. And until next week's video, peace.